Welcome to 5 Minutes With. Today's guest is Mr. Michel Gloanec, Director of Evangelization and Catechesis for Catholic Schools in Vancouver. Hey everyone, and welcome to 5 Minutes With. My special guest today is Mr. Michel Gloanec, who works for our Superintendent's Office. Welcome, Michel.
Good afternoon, Jason. It's a pleasure to be here. Long time listener, first time appearer.
Well, we're lucky to get a man as distinguished as you on our show. So I wanted to let you maybe tell everybody what your role is at the CISVA.
Well, my role is the Director of Evangelization and Catechesis, and I think that is a very different role for Catholics. We're not usually familiar or maybe even comfortable with the notion or the idea of evangelization, but what it really involves, what it really means, is trying to connect our dots to the living God.
Yeah, and you've done an amazing job. It's been 16 years that you've been in that job. I know that because the previous person who held that job, it's evolved since then, but I had that position.
Yes,
My daughter, who is now 16, was born when I was working there.
Yeah, it is hard to believe how fast it's gone. And
I think we both have a more important job than the ones we hold in our office, and that's being a husband and a father.
yeah.
And you have a bit of a legacy. Maybe you can tell us about your kids and the contributions they're making to CISVA.
Well, they're all difficult. I love them all most of the time. But yeah, I have 5 kids. My oldest son is a teacher at Holy Cross Regional. He teaches humanities there, including our faith, which is really important to me, and I'm very proud of that. He's married. His wife is also a teacher. She teaches at Saint Jean-Brebeuf. She is the drama teacher there and does their theater, their musicals, and she also teaches our faith. My next daughter actually worked at Cloverdale Catholic. She was an EA there, and she's expecting her second child, so she's stepped away from that. But it was a real blessing having her in Cloverdale Catholic because, again, for me, being rooted into Christian communities, I know it's not something everybody has the opportunity to, but it means a lot. And as a parent, you see the blessings that it gives your child. And so then my next son, who's a twin, he works at Saint Jean-Brebeuf as well. He teaches Christian education there, primarily Religion 11. And then his twin sister was doing some long-term subbing in St. Patrick's, teaching French. She is now actually working as a nutritionist. And then my youngest is a student at Saint Jean-Brebeuf in grade 9.
Yeah, for sure. Well, there's a lot to be proud of there, but I have to ask you a really serious question. Which of those 5 children is your favorite?
Oh, I love them all and struggle with them all probably pretty equally.
Right. So Luke would be at the bottom of the list, then you're saying.
Way at the bottom, but they compete for the bottom spot, right? I mean, I try to raise them up, but they have their way of getting at their old dad. So,
all right, I'm gonna play a little game with you. I'm gonna just ask for your favorite of each of the following things. All right. I already asked about child, so you wouldn't answer. He squirmed out of that one. Favorite apostle?
Paul.
Wrong. Favorite favorite parable?
The sower and the seed.
Favorite pastime?
Making wine, making beer, making salami, farming.
All right. Favorite Bob Dylan song? All time?
Well, I don't want to go for the obvious because it is probably one of my favorite, but like a Rolling Stone because it's so popular. But something less known, I would say A Girl from the North Country, duet with Johnny Cash, incredible song. If you don't know, if you ask me what's my favorite Christian song, one I'm really into right now because he had a whole era of that, Ain't Going to Hell for Anybody. But probably Every Grain of Sand would be up there for his Christian stuff.
All right,
what about you? How would you answer that?
You're gonna
Bob
make
who?
fun of me. No, you're gonna make fun of me because I'm a little bit younger than you, just a little bit. And I grew up enjoying the Traveling Wilburys.
Oh yeah.
So End of the Line was my favorite song for a long time when I was sort of like a young teenager.
No, that's not. I make no fun of you for that. It's a great album. That first album that they put out was incredible. What about Tweeter and the Monkey Man? Do you know that?
Oh, I could sing the whole song. I know every word to that song.
Do you like it?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I think that's great Dylan right there.
Yeah, for sure.
That's.
I want to ask you before you leave, where did your ponytail go?
It went the way of the wind. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta take this call. It's really important. There's always phases in life. And so I'm not one who looks backwards. I always try to look forward. I've always tried to enjoy the moment I'm in. I've been in different schools, and I've really enjoyed the schools when I was teaching there. But when I've left, I moved to the next place, and I try not to look backwards in my life. I think it's always forward. And as you get older, as you've already very aptly pointed out, that I'm significantly older than you. So as I enter into more of an aged state, I'm really thankful for getting here. And there's no guarantees that the young punks, perhaps like yourself, are ever going to get to this age. So
I think there's maybe a 5-year difference. It's not that big a deal.
Well, maybe by age, but I can tell you by look, you look at least 10, 12 years younger than me. So
I don't know if that's true, but I appreciate that. I have the touch-up filter going right now.
You look good, man. You look very good.
Thanks for joining me today on 5 Minutes with Michel.
My pleasure.
I can make believe I'm in love with almost anybody. Hold him and control him, squeeze him and tease him. But I know they'll satisfy the flesh that it feeds. I've been down that road, I know where it leads. I ain't gonna go to hell for anybody. I ain't